Hi, Ann Sayback here, Seacoast Mortgage, here with Meg Mutt from C21, and I'm going to interview her, returning the chair. Meg, how are you doing today?
I'm great.
Good. So recently, you had a property down in South County.
Yeah.
And it's a 3-unit. It looks, smells, everything about it is a 3-family.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my agents who I do business with gave me a client who was interested in one of the condo conversions that you had listed. Meg had all 3 condos, knew the seller, and she had all 3 listed, and one of my buyers accepted offer after a little back and forth, right, Meg? A little back and forth. I'm like, Meg, take the offer, take the offer. She drives a hard bargain. She got everything the seller wanted and then some, but good for you. So what I'm really interested in, Meg, is that back in the day, condo conversions were a thing, and then they went away.
Mm-hmm.
Then when this buyer wanted to buy your condo, well, the one that you had listed, I was like, wow, is this back again? Like, is this a thing again?
Yeah, I mean, I think what's kind of cool about the condo conversions is you can take a 3-family and purchase it and convert it into condos, rehab them, and then sell them for about 30%. It's great.
So he or she, was it he bought?
They,
yeah.
They.
They.
Companies, yeah.
Okay, so they bought this 3-family, and was it empty when they bought it? Did it have tenants?
No, it was foreclosed.
Oh, it was a foreclosed property.
It was a foreclosed property.
All right, and they bought it for whatever.
And
they spent beaucoup bucks, and
yeah.
at the end of the day, they made 30%.
Beautiful finishes, yeah.
All right, so could you say, like in Providence, there's many 3 units.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it happening in Providence?
I could see it happening because actually Providence is their, I think it was like their housing department, but they are using, it's called AUDs, which is, there's not enough housing, right? So people are able to actually add on housing like within their condos.
Oh, the auxiliary, what's that stand for? AUD, auxiliary unit. Something, yeah.
But we were also talking about just like, so it's, it's something, we need more housing, but the condo conversions are great because you don't really have to deal with zoning, right? Because it's already zoned for those amount of people with that amount of parking, right?
That's
for
done.
That's already done.
So you're just doing condo docs?
Yes. And all you have to do is talk to an attorney.
Now that HOA fee that she paid, I didn't get into the weeds of it. Because as you know, I just put the loan on it and she was happy, I was happy, everybody was happy. That covers the landscaping, the plowing.
Yeah.
Was there anything else? I didn't really look at the appraisal. Was there anything else? Did he have like a little, maybe a fun room downstairs, exercise room in the basement? Did he do anything?
No, they plow, they do the landscaping, they would power wash the exterior of the house. You also pay into reserves for the property. So for the roof, yes, for everything you basically create a bank account and that's what you're paying into. So something that when you are buying a condo, you have to make sure that you're looking at different like special assessments, for the condo. So let's say they need a new roof.
Right.
As a homeowner, it's something important to kind of take into consideration.
Do you remember the budget for that building? Was it $10,000? The budget being for the whole year, what were the expenses? Is that still on? I think it is. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
I don't actually know. I think it was probably about 12.
All right. Let's say it was 12,000.
Right.
What I was impressed with, because I always do one of these when I do a condo, that when it comes back, that the reserves are 10%.
Yeah, they have to be.
Right. But now you'd be shocked as a lender. I saw one time 8%.
Yeah.
They didn't make it 10%, and it became a non-warrantable condo. But thank God, when you gave it to me, whoever set up this condo did it perfectly.
Oh, good.
Had the budget, you had the 10%. So 10% of 12 grand is 1,200, right? They had 1,200 as a separate line item.
Right.
Right, on the budget. It can't just fall out as profit. It has to be a line item that says reserves. It was done perfectly because I'm like, oh yeah, new condo conversion. I said to the agent, I hope that this condo was done correctly. So you got the paperwork right over. We could have addressed it right away. He did it perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good.
Maybe to you it was
They're
like
good.
nothing.
Well,
see, from your end, you're gathering it, but to my end, it's like it's so exciting to see it was done right.
Totally. But then that's what I also like. What I love about condos and working with builders is that aspect too of like how difficult it is for condos to be sold, especially new condos, new construction condos, like it takes a little bit of time from a lender perspective.
Right.
And so there were some lenders actually that will they'll say like, okay, we'll take the cost of the FHA or the VA approval.
Right.
Not the VA, but the FHA
Right,
approval. Yeah. And then that allows you to sell to like literally 1 million more buyers that are looking for condos if you have that FHA.
Right, but he didn't want to go for that FHA.
He didn't. They had already like gotten a good number. It wasn't necessary for that project,
Right.
but for other projects, depending, like there's a developer I'm looking to work with in Central Falls. And those, those are all FHA approved.
Wonderful.
That would be great.
Great. There's not many in Rhode Island. They let them expire.
Legitimately, like if you look at the condos for sale, like let's say, a couple months ago it was like 238, and there were literally like 3 other condos that were FHA approved. 3.
Now, there's something called a spot approval. Did you hear about those? We can talk about that in another video.
No, what is this? Yeah, tell me about a spot approval.
Well, we can just kind of, because we're talking so much. Basically, a spot is you just do it immediately, but it's a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, with new construction.
With new construction, it would have to be. This would be after it's already done.
Yeah.
After it's already, you'd have to do the spot after everybody's in. But there's so many expired approvals on FHA right now. The spot, but we can talk about that in another video.
Okay.
So you would recommend that somebody with a 3 unit that maybe wants to make 30% on their money call you.
Right.
To see what their condo would sell for. If they were to convert all 3, what their individual, you can tell them that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That how much,
we'll show,
right.
That's the thing. We'll show you exactly, how many condos, how much you would make,
All right.
See how much, if it's worth it. Is like the property worth it? Is the rehab worth it?
Like we own a 3 unit in, over on the west side. Like that would be very interesting. My daughter owns a 3 unit near Cranston on the line. That would be interesting. But yeah, I think I was amazed at how well that went.
Well, yeah, they did a good job because they added the features. Like people just wanted to move in. There are people that just want to like move in, be done, have beautiful fixtures, like nice bathrooms, just adding more to it.
Right.
And that's why we got top dollar for that.
It was
project.
gorgeous.
It was absolutely
I saw the
beautiful.
1 unit. I looked at that.
It was absolutely
gorgeous.
Beautiful. And then we got it staged as well, and we priced it right. And
You
then
did
they
great.
went, and then they went.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's why, like, it was for that one, it was great. That location was fantastic. And we actually took it, and I was like, why can't we just make these, because a lot of condos you can't rent. Like, you have to always, when you're buying a condo, you always have to make sure, like, can I rent this property out?
All right.
So a lot of people had actually looked at that condo unit as buying it as a whole entire investment. As
And
a
you
whole
said no?
Airbnb.
And you said
No, nobody pulled the trigger on it.
All right.
But
But
people were interested in it. Which was kind of interesting to see, like, oh, not only should you list your condos as individual condos, if you just listed them as a business.
right.
And you did short-term rentals or what have you, that would make sense to buy that as an individual.
Well, here's the thing though, if on the lending side, as a realtor, I see what you're saying is on the lending side, let's say you sold 2 of those as investment and my person was owner occupying, that would have been a non-warrantable condo. It would have been tougher for me to get her a loan.
But who cares?
It would have been a higher rate
but
too.
who cares if the person who's buying the whole thing.
But that's true. But let's say you only wanted to buy 2 for Airbnb. And then my client comes along and owner occupies.
Yeah, you
my
can't,
buyer would have
because
trouble.
you can't have right.
I wouldn't have had 51% owner occupancy in that condo complex.
Which is something that you need.
Right.
To make it
yes.
for certain types of lending.
For certain types of lending. But yeah, if you could have sold all 3, I'm sure you would have done that and said to my buyer, see you later. So I'm glad that didn't work because she absolutely loves the place.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely it's like walking into Shangri-La after you come from the street into that place. It looks like this.
Yeah, it was downtown Westerly too.
Yeah, beautiful. Walking right to all the party places. I mean, it's perfect.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I was like, well, why can't we have this rented out? Even if it's, because sometimes some condos, you can't rent it out for ever. Something like you can't rent out ever. Some of them you could do 6 months, 3-month lease, 1 month lease, 1 week lease, whatever. Right. So we had negotiated for one of the clients. They were like, listen, this is our second home. Like, we want to be at the beach. You know, we want to be able to be here, but we'd also like an opportunity when it's winter, you know, we're not using it, to be able to rent it out and cover some of our income. Exactly. You know? So that was something that was kind of interesting, like negotiating the different terms between all 3 parties as well.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I hope he did a 1031 exchange when he sold those 3. We talked a 1031 exchange that he got his income and he bought something else.
Oh, right. But
he didn't.
He did not.
Oh, that's too bad. So we had to pay Uncle Sam.
I know.
Now we'll talk 1031 on another one. All right, well, Meg, that's great. So what number should they call?
Oh, yeah, you guys should call me Meg Mutt, 609-598-2232. Love new construction, love new condo conversions, and you know, we're here to really help educate you as much because I'm here educating myself, you know?
Right.
So stay tuned for the next episode.